Real thoughts, real trades, real journey. A video journal documenting the lessons learned on my journey to becoming a disciplined trader. Welcome to Trading the Journey. I'm Neil, and today I want to share a trading day that taught me one important lesson. Let's see what the market had to teach me. So, yesterday was kind of a frustrating day for me in my, well, I don't want to say my opinion. It was actually just what I felt. You know, I had what I thought was a great trade and turned out to be a loser. And at the end of that trade, as soon as that hit my stop, I kind of tilted a little bit. I screamed and was frustrated, and I shut it down. So I didn't know what to really think about it. It was a great entry 2 seconds before a candle closed. You know, you can actually see on my screen here the white line where I entered the trade, and the red line is where my stop was. And as you can see, it never did reach, you know, going through the day. It came down, double bottomed almost, and then came back up and went sideways for the rest of the day, you know, around 1 p.m. So I went in on a strong candle close. It was a strong bull candle, and I purposely waited because I saw the bear candle come back, test the fence, and then go up like I was wanting to see. And what I kind of failed to do was, you know, context. It was an uphill battle to get back up here to the pre-market high, and as you can see, it did struggle at the pre-market high for the rest of the day. But context, which is what I'm trying to do, trying to get better at reading the market. And so because a pre-market high is, you know, a key level, I probably should have waited. I had a couple of options here that, I mean, I considered getting in on the bear candle that tested the fence, that tested, you know, my range. And if I had gotten in, you know, here, somewhere around here, yeah, I could have had a 1-to-1. And on my rules, once it closes over 1-to-1, put my stop just above break even. And then, as you can see, it wouldn't have been a losing trade. It wouldn't have been a winning trade, but at least I had covered commissions. But I didn't. I wanted to wait on a strong bull candle close, which is there. Greater risk, greater reward. And it just turned out that it was not happening. Again, context. Look at where it turned. It was close to the pre-market high. And yeah, and like I said, I was very frustrated in that. I you know, it just wasn't a great day for me because I'm trying very hard to create an income stream and not rely on trading to be the only income stream. That's not what I want. You know, it's going to take some time, I think, to learn how to read the Nasdaq futures and what it does and its quirks, you know, because it has a lot of quirks. I mean, I thought it was a really good trade. I'm very upset that it didn't work. I was also in a very confused state. Yeah, I mean, that's about it. Now, afterwards, I switched to my sim account afterwards, and I took a trade on my sim account because it's just, you know, it's kind of automatic for me not to. I've been doing a really good job of not revenge trading. And I saw another setup. I saw a power bar. And again, this is stuff that I learned from a guy named Steven Adams. You can look him up, Trading Your Edge, Trade Your Edge, something like that. You can look him up on YouTube. He has great videos. And the reason why I went in on the power bar is because it cleared, the last 30 to 45 minutes worth of swings to the downside. Again, another great trade, and I got stopped out again. But it was strictly for data collection, just, to test things out. The market was going a little bit sideways, as you can tell by the 20 SMA here. When this candle formed, it started to go sideways a little bit, and came down and cleared. A pretty good candle close. Went in, stop was just above the high of the candle. But again, another stop out. And after that, I really actually decided to shut it down. I saw the setup, took it, didn't hesitate on the setup, and it just didn't work. And as you can tell, it continued to go down. And then around 11:30, it came back up, down a little bit, and kind of a double bottom almost. You can see it made this kind of W pattern here, candle, bullish engulfing candle that cleared the high of the lowest of the candle previous to that, and it continued up until it got around the pre-market high. So just another opportunity, to take a trade. But again, I had to close it down because I was frustrated. Just didn't know what to do with myself. So the lesson here is learn to read the context. Pay attention to the context. Pay attention to the story that the market's telling you. Because if it's, whenever you're engaged in that story, you want to know where it goes. Thank you for joining me for today's lesson. The market has voted. Today's lesson is written. I hope something from today's trade helps you on your own journey towards becoming a more disciplined trader. If today's trade reminded you of something you've experienced yourself, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your perspective and your thoughts. If you enjoyed today's journal entry, I'd really appreciate it if you'd hit that like button on the video and subscribe to follow the journey. Until then, real thoughts, real trades, real journey.